All right, it's Champions Night for the Radical North American Cup. We're at Turn 11 at Sonoma Raceway, and we're here with Jordan Missig, who did a fantastic job this weekend. It looked like it was not going to work out early when your car lit on fire during practice and you had to get another car going. And man, you really delivered, honestly.
Yeah, it was definitely up in flames, I would say, from the beginning. So we were definitely behind the 8 ball. Obviously, car was on fire going through the carousel is when I noticed it, and then I figured, you know, parking in turn 7, that was going to be the next best spot. But the other thing was, like, what are we going to do afterwards? You know, what's the next step after this? You know, we're going to be able to make this car repairable. Obviously, it's on fire, so it's going to be very tough. Come to think of it, we had to think about putting another car together. We didn't have an extra car. Nobody in the paddock really had an extra car, so we had to look at the Radical Northwest guys, which luckily, thank goodness, their shop's only like a mile and a half down the road here. Got a car from them, and you know, the GRP guys put it together, and we got back on track, and we had to go deliver.
You did a great job this weekend. It was very tight coming into the weekend, but it looked like, what was the end gap was quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where Nick finished in the last race. I know we had a drive-through that goes in the last race, so I don't know exactly, but I know it was 23 points going in, and I think I had to finish 7th or better going into the weekend, and what better way to capitalize on that than win the race? So control my own destiny in that sense, so that's what we did.
Yeah, one of the great things that happened in Radical North America Cup this season was a real influx of young drivers in each of the different classes to give us old guys a real run for our money.
Right.
And Jordan was one of them, Nick D'Orlando, Evan Slater in the 1500. You'll meet Suellio Almeida, who won the 1340 class, Mackay Stevens, a whole bunch of guys came in. So, Jordan, you did a great job, and I'm curious what's next for you.
Well, it's kind of up in the air right now. You know, obviously this whole deal was kind of, once Graham said he was going to be doing a Radical Cup team, I figured that was going to be the best avenue for myself. You know, I was trying to do an Indy Next deal for this year, but we were very tight on budget and, you know, just couldn't put a program together. So we figured, well, we need to keep myself in the seat, need to keep myself in the IndyCar paddock. You know, what do we need to do? And Radical, obviously, with the way their schedule is, you know, you have 4 races out of the whole week, of the whole season where you're racing IndyCar races. So and we figured that was going to be the best avenue to keep myself within that limelight of the paddock. And then obviously teaming up with Graham himself felt like it was going to be the best package for us to kind of give us a good deal. So once that happened, we were able to put a program together with him, give him a championship this first year. And hopefully by next year we can find a partner and get somebody on board with us to take us along the way to go into Indy Next and hopefully IndyCar in 2026.
Well, congratulations on a great championship. Super impressive. Keep your eyes out for Jordan Missig. You did a great job.
Thank you, Chris. Pleasure being with it. Thank you so much.
Well, I got to be honest. I'm here with Suellio Almeida, 1340 champion. I was hoping I was going to be interviewing myself, but congratulations to Suellio. He's the 1340 champion for the Radical North America Cup this year. Did a fantastic job. We threw the kitchen sink at you this weekend. Not only did you survive, you took the championship. How's it feel?
Thank you. Unreal, honestly. It feels like I'm living a dream or something. I'm about to wake up at any moment. And because at the beginning of the weekend, I was like, this is not gonna happen. It's impossible for me. And then race 1 started like that, right? At race 1, I lost all my points lead, and I just came back to the hotel thinking, oh, whatever, let's just try to learn as much as possible. But then race 2 happened, and then I was like, wait, this can actually happen. Like, I just need to extract as much as I can from my skills, and I left it all on track today. I'm exhausted right now. As soon as the race was over, I couldn't even celebrate because I was just tired, dead. You know, it was amazing. The level of competitiveness, the intensity of the races here it was the weekend of my life in terms of motorsports. It shows everything. It comprised of absurdly everything that you're gonna imagine you can live in motorsports. That was this weekend.
Here's the scary thing about this weekend for you. So Suellio is a young guy. He's on a path to doing bigger and better things in motorsport. I think most people know you're a pretty popular person in the paddock. He's a influencer, big on social media, teaching people all over the world how to do well at sim racing, and here he is applying it in real life. But here's the really scary thing about this weekend, is as you progress, instead of just 3 or 4 guys trying to destroy you on every single corner, it'll be 20. All 20 of them, right? So, all right. So you had a great season. It's a wonderful night. I'm super happy for you. You know, I loved battling with you. It was good, clean fighting. It was really good stuff. I'm curious what you think about the things you learned. Maybe give us 3 big lessons, big aha moments from the season that you learned that maybe other young guys who are thinking about coming into this series might want to take note of.
I think this championship for me it showed like there is a stepping stone to pro, and this has like everything in between. You can experience rookie racing, but at the same time you're getting better and better, and as a rookie you're progressing. You're seeing the top 5 of all classes are super fast, and then you start getting used to the level of professionalism, and throughout the year you actually grow a lot as a driver. I think that the biggest difference is like I've done 1 season in the Radical North America Cup, and I'm a totally different driver now. Totally different driver now. Because
it's noticeable, by the way. It's very noticeable.
Yeah, the first thing I think I learned was how brutal motorsports is in real life. You don't have a lot of time. You have a few, maybe 2 hours max of practice before quali, and you have to be very efficient. You have to know exactly what setup changes you're making. You have to try, you have to feel it on track. The conditions can change, like Road America. Suddenly it can be soaking. So there is the reality of it is pretty shocking. It was pretty shocking for me. The second thing is that the level is very high. It's higher than you expect, and you have to always be pushing. You can expect to improve and learn, but the next weekend is going to be just as difficult. It's not going to become easy. And the third thing that I learned is that although it seems hairy and unreachable, but here I am coming from sim racing. So I think the third thing I learned is that it is possible. You just need a lot of work and discipline, and you just need to believe in it. And through that, your actions through the years can make it possible for you.
Well, thank you, Suellio. Great job again this season. I'm going to enjoy watching you and see where you go.
Thank you.
And I wish you the very best. Cheers,
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you for this season. Was amazing. It was very intense. It would be actually very boring without you there.
All right, we're with Jon Field. Jon won the SR10 championship. Was this the first time you won the championship or second?
Last year, yep.
So 2-time champion. Yeah. Jon and I both suffer from the same affliction, which is that we can't get away from this racing stuff.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for decades now. One of the things you were talking about earlier this weekend with me was now that you got these 2 championships under your belt, this SR10, the car goes 175 miles an hour. It sounds like you're thirsty for some more.
Yeah.
Tell us about what you're planning for next season.
I'm going to do the full IMSA series next year with the P2. Going to do a lot of Radical Cup. I don't think the series conflict, so I love racing. Yeah, I'm going to do it as long as I can, as long as I'm competitive. I love it, and it's a great series.
Well, you're really an amazing story because most people probably don't realize that Jon's 70 years old.
Not yet. 69.
69. Oh, I'm 59. Yeah, all right, I'm with you. And man, you're still performing at an incredible level. I'm super interested to see how you do in LMP2. I'm pretty confident what the results will be. I've seen it before. So why don't you talk just a little bit about being a guy who's raced before and then gone out of racing and then come back into it at an older age. What's that like?
Well, I mean,
what's it like to mix it up with these young guys?
I mean, first of all, it's amazing to mix it up with young guys, but as you know, the itch is always there. Mm-hmm. And the adrenaline you get when you're inside the race car is a feeling that's like you want. And I just love racing. I love the community. I love the cars. It's just exciting. Me and Clint were just talking about earlier, like he had a really rough weekend with the car not performing, but he still had a blast. And that's what makes this sport so good, is that there's so many different layers of fun. And it's not just about the racing, it's about you put all those things together, it's hard to top that in sport.
Yeah. One of the cool things that happened this weekend is we had 3 father-sons racing. Not sure if that's ever happened before. John with Clint, myself with my son Matt, which was the first time we had raced together in 22 years, and then Chip and Matt Romer. And I'm super bummed that I didn't win the championship, but I'm saying to myself, I still won because I got to race with my son, and it really was a top 10 sort of experience for us.
It doesn't get any better than that. I'm in business with my son, so we see each other all the time, but to go and have fun and experience, you know, a bad day or a great day, it's life experience. It's awesome. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on a great championship. You're a legend. Love watching your run.
Thank you.
One of these days, you and I will go at it
Yeah,
again.
like we used to. All right, Chris, great.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Yep.